Okay, everybody, let's look at the last three selection tools. As you can see, it's below the lasso tools. There are three tools there, as we can see. Um, Here we come. Object selection tool, quick selection tool, and magic tool. The W will scroll you through that, the uppercase W. We're going to start with the object selection tool. As you see up top, you're going to see my four squares like we've gone through with the other lasso tool and the marquee tool, so it works really well. The thing we're going to be concerned about is the mode, okay? It usually defaults to rectangle, and that means I can actually select a rectangle around an object. And what they'll do is the computer is going to take a look at what's inside there, define what object it thinks it needs to select. Now, this is a very simple picture. I'm not going to do that because most times we're doing selections, it could be difficult. So I'm going to go and just show you what the lasso tool looks like. But it's really easy. You make a rectangle around the object, and then the computer will think, and it will give you what it believes is what you're looking to selection. But I like a little bit more control, and that's just who I am as a person. So I'm going to go to the actual lasso. So we're going to go with lasso. Yes, it's just like the lasso tool up here. That was the other selection tool. We're going to click and we're going to drag, and it doesn't have to be really accurate. But what we're doing is, I let that go a little early, but that's okay. And you're going to see that it's going to actually think, and it's selected those things. We're going to add to it, as you can see here, just a little bit of mistake, and I'm going to kind of come around here, kind of come here to the edge, and notice I don't have to be perfect. That's why I like this one. But again, I'm letting the computer do the work, and I'm going to come back to my original, and we're going to see what happens. Yes, the computer has to think and think and think. It's looking internally from what I drew and is looking for that definitive line. And as you can see there, it's done really, really well. Now, I took a picture that can be easily subtracted just so you can see this for your own edification for this video. But if things were more closer, like say these were in focus, trees in the background, it would blend in more with the dog, and I would probably have a little bit of a different selection. And that's why I'd go back with my lasso tool, free form lasso tool, just a regular lasso tool, and come in and do my editing and stuff like that. Okay. But that's how that works. And it works out really, really well. This one's like about 95% you're using pretty accurate. If I get close to see a little bit of things that I want to add, like maybe I would want to add the whisker or something like that, but we can worry about that a little bit later. But this is a really good thing to do. Okay. Let's go Control D, deselect it, and let's go with the next one. The next one is called the quick selection of an object. You're going to find out up top where we have the four squares, there are brushes. Okay, this is based off of a brush. And what's going to happen is, and here's how I look at it, I'm going to see the object I want, and I'm going to kind of brush it and tell the computer that I'm working inside to out, and we're going to find the edges to where it thinks it is, okay? Um, it depends on your computer. My computer runs a little slow, as you can see, so I use this quick selection tool. Now notice it's got the plus and the minus, and you're going to see my brush. If you see how focused up in the white, you'll see a little plus sign. That's telling me I'm adding to it. If I want to subtract, again, there's the minus. So let's go to the add. Now, how did I make that brush so big without really doing anything? There's two ways to do it. And come here. I can make it bigger and smaller. Notice, just bring it here and notice. Or I use the bracket keys. The bracket keys are next to the letter P. The left bracket, small, right bracket, big. So let's come in here. I'm going to click and hold. And notice it's starting to think. And it's going out to those edges and figuring what's good. Now, it is not as accurate as the selection tool. As you can see, I'm missing some stuff, and this is where I'm going to go with a small brush. Bring my brush down, left bracket, come here and touch those edges. This is what when this came out, I was like, this is the cat's meow, no pun intended with the dog. I get it, bad dad joke. But this is what I like. It is mostly accurate, as you can see over here with some of the nubs here in the mouth. Yes, I haven't done it. It hasn't gotten there, but I can always go closer. Control plus. Come in with a smaller brush and add to it for sure. And as you can see, I'm getting it real easy. But that's what I like to use too. This is one of the things I truly like. If there's a little bump over here at the top of his ear, We'll bring this down. There's a little bit much. Just go to the minus. Just click there and see what happens. So that's how you use that tool too, and hope that applies for it all, okay? Okay, now our last tool that we're looking at is we're gonna go and we're gonna look at, not the quick selection tool, come here, the magic wand. Magic wand has been around for quite some time, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna take either a point sample or a selection, and it's actually going to show you and select the things that, the color that matches to it. So notice I have the 4 boxes up there again. Fantastic. We know how those are. But we're going to come here to sample size and tolerance. Those are 2 things I'm going to look at right now and just make it basic, okay? Sample point's really simple. As you know, if I click, it's a pixel. I click on that one pixel, and it will grab things that are the same color and connect it. Now they have to be touching. If a color is here and the same color is here, it's only going to select the area that each pixel touches with it, okay? So remember that. I can also go a 3 by 3, 5, 11. Of course, the higher the number, the greater the color it's looking for. So that means it's going to select more. I like to go with 3 by 3 or 5 by 5. Some people like the sample point. It's your preference. Please play around with it and figure it out. So let's go 3 by 3. Now the next thing is going to be tolerance. Consider tolerance to be a town. The less people you have in the town, let's say 15, that means the less opportunities you have or the less things you could actually do, okay? So when I got that 15, I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to click right here over the eye of the dog, as you can see, and I click once. Notice that's all pretty much the same color or a 3 by 3 average of the color, and that's all it's selected. There are other colors that are similar here, probably down here, but it's only selecting that one, okay? That's 15 tolerance. Let's go Control Z. Let's bump that up and let's let some more people into the town. Let's make it say 40. Hit that tab button. Let's click the same spot right here. Boom. Notice it picks up more colors, more similar colors to it. It picked up a whole bunch here, even into the white back here, and notice it is. One of the things about the magic wand selection is, if you see the selection, it's really, I want to call it chaotic. It's very organic. You don't have that much control over where you're going. All right. Let's go one more. Control D, and let's make this say 80. Let's bring in a ton of people. If I click in the same spot, boom, look at how much more it's doing. It's grabbing in more. Even some of the darker colors that was ignored here are done. And again, I can actually do an add. And I can just keep clicking add. Keep clicking add. But notice you have no really control over it. So those are some of the things that I'm not too keen on it, okay? But this is something you can use, another tool you can use. As you saw, the direct select object was really good, and the quick selection are really accurate. But you have so many different selection tools now. You can use them with each other. One complements the other, and that's how that works. So there you go with your selection tools. Hope this helps, and hope you enjoy the day.